Hello everyone. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to write an effective speech with reference to our Cambridge assessment criteria for O-Levels English Language 1123 and IGCSE 0500. The document that I'm going to refer is the official document which has been published by the Cambridge officials for the teachers to prepare the candidates accordingly. So first and the foremost thing, the question that might be appearing in your mind is that where this question is going to be catered. So this question is basically is the part of our paper number 2, the writing paper, section number A, which is a directed writing section. As we are well aware that for directed writing section, we won't be given with any sort of choice. There are few specified genres from the examiner side, and in every exam series, one specific genre has been given. As a candidate, we are supposed to record our answer with reference to the genre that has been mentioned in the question. And the genres which are usually included in the directed writing section are formal, informal letters, formal, informal emails, blog post, articles, report, and speech. So, let's discuss what is speech writing. First and the foremost thing, when it comes towards writing this speech, or when it comes towards recording your response to the directed writing question, the first thing that you need to decide is your stance. Like, what and why are you writing it? So, usually the speeches are written either to inform, or to persuade, or to present some sort of argument in front of your audience. The difference between the discursive, persuasive, and argumentative writing has already been discussed in the previous videos. Let me just give you a very quick recap, like what is a discursive piece of response, what is an argumentative, and what is a persuasive. The term discursive stands for discussion. That means that you are not going to take side of any argument. You are going to present a balanced piece of response. The term persuade stands for letting your reader to get agree with what you think. And the term argumentative stands for presenting both sides of the argument with reference to the counter argument. So the first thing that you need to specify when you have been handed over with the paper or when you are writing the speech, like at what specific genre you're going to write the speech. Are you aiming just to present information through the speech, which is a discursive response, or you want your audience to get agree what you think, which is a persuasive piece of response, or you want to give a room to your audience to think at the both side of the specified topic, which is an argumentative piece of response. Speeches are usually written to be spoken directly to an audience. But as far as our exam requirements are concerned, so we are going to record it in a form of writing. So that means this spoken element is going to be assessed via writing skills. So you need to make sure that you are going to influence your audience or the listener with the viewpoint of yours. Speeches can also be used to encourage the audience, like what specific actions to be taken to one specific sort of situation, or any sort of recommendation that can be tackled to cater one specific sort of challenge. The way you're going to use your language and the vocabulary while writing the speech are totally going to depend upon your purpose and the audience. Usually, speeches are presented in front of the mixed audience. So from the examiner side, it has also been recommended that candidates should develop a semi-formal tone because in your audience there might be few people who have a very deep understanding of English language, and there might be few people who might have average language understanding. So you need to make sure that your message has been conveyed on a very clear way. So you are going to develop a semi-formal tone. Yes, if you have been asked just to present your speech in front of some designated group, like in front of the board directors or in front of your teachers or in front of your school principal, so your language is going to be changed into a formal language because your audience are specified. Next, what are the particular things, few specific tips which can enhance your speech writing? The reasons you are giving this speech and how you want your audience to feel about the topic. You need to imagine the words of a speech as you're going to speak them. The tone, the voice must match with your message. So you need to vigilant enough in the choice of words which are going to appeal the emotions of your listener. In simple words, you can say that you are going to use emotional appeal. You are going to use emotional vocabulary. Like if you want your listener to get agree to your stance, and if you want your listener to do something, so you need to persuade them by using some sort of wise words so that they ultimately get the message. Okay, yes, this is what we have to do. Second thing is the about the engagement. Remember, for the article and for the speech, until unless your audience are not being engaged, so they would be least bothered to pay any sort of attention on your words. So that is why engagement factor of the audience has been catered on a very higher note. You might use some sort of inclusive words, some sort of phrases to show some sort of belonging and the ownership, like the usage of the pronoun we. And if you're presenting any sort of a speech on a topic which required some sort of community effort, so you can talk about all. In this way, your listener are going to get a very clear message that they have not been left abandoned. They have been catered. Their needs have been catered. The words which are going to be spoken are for them. Thirdly, the audience that the speech is for and the purpose that we have just discussed at the beginning of this video. Lastly, what is going to be the specific format? Your response for any specific piece of the directed writing, for any specified genre of the directed writing, is supposed to be organized. Examiner is going to see three elements in your response. Number one, a clear opening. Number two, well structured and supported ideas. And number three, a powerful conclusion. There is no limit for the number of the paragraph in any of the genre of English O levels 1123 or IGCSE O500. You will be given with the word limit only. So your speech is usually going to start with some sort of greeting like good morning, which is usually has been clearly mentioned in the question. Then the first paragraph is going to be your introduction, where you are going to grab the attention of your audience. And the best recommended strategy for this is not to expose your topic explicitly. Brainstorm your audience and let your audience think what you are here, why are you here, and what you are going to speak for. And the best approach for that is the usage of the rhetorical question. You can give some sort of real life example and you can ask questions from your audience. They will ultimately develop the understanding about your topic. Then, after the introduction, you need to have few particular sort of paragraphs where you're going to present well developed and structured arguments, which are going to be based upon the points that you are going to evaluate from the given texts. It could either be 3 points, 4 points, or whatsoever you could easily take out. Remember, there should be a proper connection between the paragraphs. Like once you have completed your one particular sort of point and you're going to move towards the next paragraph, so your audience must not be left confused. So if you are going to use some sort of connector like firstly, secondly, or lastly, or in addition to, or moreover, so this is going to express a very clear connection. Lastly, the powerful conclusion. What you're supposed to write in conclusion. If your speech is based on some sort of recommendation, so that means you're expecting your audience to apply the same specific things that you are thinking. So you may drop a message that why these things have been recommended, what has been the particular sort of urge which made you to think that this recommended solution is the thing, is the best approach to go. If in case you are providing some sort of suggestion towards any particular sort of topic, so you may end it accordingly. You are supposed to organize your ideas in the form of the paragraph. The paragraphs must not be longer enough or not must not be in the continuous writing. Try to use 1 point for each paragraph. If you feel like that you are good enough to go with the addition of 2 or 3 points in one para, along with the proper explanation and real life example, plus your opinion. So, yes, you can do so. So, this is what speech writing, the do's and the don'ts of the speech writing have been as per the guidelines issued by the examiner. If you have got any sort of query, so feel free to drop your queries in the chat box. I would be happy to respond it back. Happy learning.